A very good day to everyone and welcome to our open forum. Today we are deeply honored to host a truly distinguished guest, a figure of immense stature and experience, Tan Sri Datuk Seri Panglima Haji Anwar bin Haji Musa. Tan Sri, your vast contributions and insights are widely respected, and it is a privilege to have you with us today. Tan Sri, on behalf of our listeners and myself, welcome to the open forum.
Thank you. Arbiter Datuk Muhammad Zahari, the Prince of State Nation of Hawaii, it is my pleasure to be here and to have this conversation with you.
Tan Sri, I am honored and delighted to share these concepts with you and our audience. I understand you have been reflecting on my works, and I am eager to provide a deeper understanding of the principles and goals behind it.
In my recent reflections, and as many are now discovering through international media, your name is increasingly associated with groundbreaking concepts in wealth-based finance. You've been discussing this for a while, but it seems the world is now truly listening. Could you perhaps start by explaining what initially drew you to this field, and specifically, what led you to focus on what you call the financial industry?
Tan Sri, my journey began with a deep observation of the global financial system and a desire to create a more equitable and sustainable model. The financial industry, as I see it, is ripe for innovation. I recognize the immense potential within the concept of wealth, not just as a number, but as a fundamental resource that can be harnessed for global good. My focus has always been on creating systems that empower individuals and nations through genuine wealth creation, moving beyond traditional, often debt-based models.
What particularly resonated with me, and I mentioned this in my earlier thoughts, is your emphasis on an economy tanpa riba, an interest-free economy. As a Muslim myself, this concept is deeply important. Can you elaborate on your vision for an economy free from riba, usury, and how you plan to achieve this on a global scale?
Absolutely, Tan Sri. The concept of economy tanpa riba is at the heart of my approach. Traditional financial systems often rely on interest, which can create cycles of debt and inequality. My vision, developed through what I call blue sky thinking, is to create financial mechanisms that generate value and growth without relying on usury. This involves innovative systems and formulas that are rooted in ethical principles and shared prosperity. The Living Smile program I have created is one practical application of this, aiming to distribute wealth and well-being directly to communities.
You describe your approach as blue sky thinking. Can you give us a clearer picture of what this methodology entails and how it applies to your financial innovations?
Blue sky thinking is about breaking free from conventional constraints and envisioning possibilities beyond the immediate horizon. It's about starting with fundamental principles and building systems upwards, unburdened by preconceived limitations. In finance, this means questioning long-held assumptions about how wealth is created and distributed, and daring to design entirely new paradigms, like an interest-free system that is both robust and globally scalable.
Datuk, I have noted your unique description of your work as being in the realm of perniagaan ROH, or the soul business. This is in contrast to what I consider my own field, perdagangan jasad, the trade of the body. This distinction is quite profound. Could you elaborate on the concept of perniagaan roho and clarify how this principle guides your financial undertakings?
Tan Sri, in my view, true and lasting prosperity must be rooted in something deeper than just material transactions. Perniagaan role, or the soul business, is about infusing ethical and spiritual principles into the very fabric of commerce. It's about creating a system where transactions are not just about profit, but about mutual benefit, trust, and shared values. This spiritual dimension, I believe, is what makes our approach truly resilient and resistant to the kinds of economic downturn and failures we often see in purely materialistic systems.
You have created a company structure, Company Limited, incorporated in Thailand, and you mentioned Bank Depository for deposits, held for 10-15 years as Deposit Berjangka, fixed deposit. This sounds quite unique. Could you explain the architecture of your business and how these elements work together, particularly the credit enhancement and trade program aspects?
The Company Limited structure in Thailand provides a robust legal framework for our global operations. The Bank Depository serves as a secure and reliable institution for holding initial deposits as Deposit Berjangka. This long-term deposit is not just idle capital, it acts as credit enhancement. This means it strengthens our financial position and allows us to participate in sophisticated trade programs. These programs are designed to generate significant returns far exceeding traditional investment models while maintaining a low-risk profile due to the secured nature of the initial deposits. My past experience in the numismatic trading has also informed our approach, teaching us about the inherent value and potential appreciation of unique assets.
You've recently introduced the Premier Elite Black Card, and I was surprised and honored to be among the 71st recipient out of 209 recipients. You mentioned it facilitated opening a fiat account with the Development Bank of Singapore, DBS, much more efficiently than the conventional process. Could you explain the role of the DZA Quantum Digital Bank Inc. and how the card streamlines access to these financial services, including digital currency, cryptocurrency, and USDT currency?
The Premier Elite Black Card is a key instrument in our ecosystem. DZA Quantum Digital Bank Inc. acts as a facilitator, leveraging its relationship and streamlined processes to make financial access more efficient. As you noted, Tan Sri, opening a fiat account at a prestigious institution like DBS normally involves a lengthy and complex process. Through our system, and especially for Premier Elite Black Card holders, this is dramatically expedited. Furthermore, the card provides access to the burgeoning world of digital currency, cryptocurrency, and stable coins like USDT, allowing users to participate in the modern digital financial landscape seamlessly. This is all underpinned by the process of digitalization, which is crucial for the speed and efficiency of global transactions today.
You shared with me your vision for the Global United Team organization, Guto, and its ambitious goal to cosmetically enhance the United Nations. This is a very bold aspiration. What is Guto's mission and how do you envision it? Cosmetic the UN, particularly in areas like peacekeeping and global finance.
Guto is born from the understanding that the United Nations, while founded on noble principles, has often fallen short of its original mandate to prevent wars and ensure global security. Our mission with Guto is to revitalize the UN to help it return to its core purpose of safeguarding humanity. We aim to do this by offering solutions to critical global challenges, particularly in finance. One key area is monetary settlement without riba for nations facing banking deficit reserve issues and non-performing loan (NPL) problem. We also address foreign exchange reserve balance, collateralisasi, helping countries attract foreign direct investment (FDI) by strengthening their financial stability.
Datuk, the potential for wealth generation within this iron corridor economy is astounding. You've structured it with 436 economic pillars backed by a Reserveben group reserve of $1.03 trillion. But it's the projected growth that's truly remarkable. You envision an 80% weekly increase in value for 40 weeks. This, you say, will generate sovereign wealth reaching $32.960 trillion for humanity. Could you explain how this 80% weekly growth mechanism works within the Iron Corridor economy and how it leads to the extraordinary figure?
Indeed, Tansri, the potential is immense. As you rightly pointed out, the 209 Company Limited and 3,227 cumulative structure representing global nations and region forms the pillar economy of the Iron Corridor economy. Each of these 3,436 economic pillars is anchored by a fixed deposit of 300 million, collectively building the Reserveben Group to a substantial initial reserve of $1.03 trillion. This reserve is not static. It's designed to be dynamically amplified through our strategic trade programs. The key to the projected wealth generation lies in the 80% weekly value increase over a 40-week period. This is achieved through sophisticated and proprietary trading algorithms within our trade programs, leveraging the credit enhancement from the fixed deposits. Think of it as a carefully engineered system where the initial capital continuously compounds at a significant rate. Over these 40 weeks, this compounding effect transforms the initial $1.03 trillion into the remarkable figure of $32.960 trillion. This is the sovereign wealth we envision unlocking for humanity, a direct result of the Iron Corridor economy's design and the power of this weekly growth mechanism. It is through this system that we aim to realize a new era of economic sovereignty and global prosperity.
I was dumbfounded when you showed me some remarkable banknotes totaling thousands of pieces, including denominations of $1 trillion and 1 zillion. You mentioned these are considered numismatic and offered at 50% by the Treasury. This sounds almost unbelievable. Can you shed more light on these notes and their role within your system, especially considering the upcoming era, Ketiga, third era you mentioned, starting in 2026 for 250 years?
Yes, the banknotes in denomination of $1 trillion and $1 zillion, where the Treasury offers a price of 50%, are indeed extraordinary. These are considered numismatic due to their unique historical and intrinsic value. While they may seem unconventional in traditional finance, they represent a significant asset class within our framework. Third era, starting in 2026, is a period of profound global transformation we foresee, lasting for 250 years. We believe the Iron Corridor economy will be instrumental in shaping this era, providing a sustainable and prosperous future for humanity. These numismatic notes, while perhaps initially surprising, are a component of the larger, innovative financial architecture designed for this new era.
Finally, Datuk, you expressed a strong desire to move away from solutions based on conflict and suffering, rejecting what you call political gimmicks, like global warming, climatic change, and food shortages as manufactured crises. You invited people to join Reserveben, Guto Company Limited, and Reserveben, World Nation Company Limited, to secure the earth, rejecting terminologies created by the elite global. Could you conclude by summarizing your ultimate vision and message to the world?
My ultimate vision is a world where economic prosperity is achieved through collaboration, innovation, and ethical principles, not through conflict or manipulation. We believe the earth has abundant resources for all, and there is no need for manufactured crises or divisive terminologies created by the elite global to control population. Reserveben Guto Company Limited and Reserveben World Nation Company Limited are invitations to join a global movement towards genuine economic sovereignty and shared prosperity. We reject solutions based on war and disease and instead offer a path towards a future where humanity can thrive in peace and abundance. We invite everyone to join us in securing a brighter future for all, based on cooperation and the inherent wealth of our planet.
Datuk, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. Thank you for sharing your vision and explaining these complex concepts so clearly. It's truly inspiring to hear about your ambition to create a more equitable and prosperous world.
Tan Sri, it's been my pleasure, and thank you to our listeners for joining us today. This has been a fascinating discussion with Tan Sri exploring his groundbreaking vision for global finance and the Iron Corridor economy. We hope you found this enlightening. Thank you.